that fucking 5 million a club, it's my birthday. What the fuck is that mean? It's your damn birthday, big hairy fuck.
I do wish you well. Don't ask me, I'll never tell. I look to you as you fell, and now you're in my way. I trade my soul for a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. She's still showing heart.
What the fuck is this shit? What the hell she's saying? Stupid motherfucker. It's an outlaw! Call me baby. I don't call it bitch. What the fuck is he saying? Motherfucker! Oh, hell! Stupid! Stupid! I don't know what the fuck he was saying. I couldn't understand the damn thing he said. Well, fuck it.
Yep, this song goes out to all the ladies. Fuck yeah. Let's do this shit. The smoke glows white on the mountain tonight. Not a
What the
footprint
fuck?
to be seen.
Oh,
A kingdom of ice, so
oh, son of a bitch! I don't have to
me.
ask for the fuck out of here. I know that.
Like this world
Oh,
Could've keep it in if I fucking tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Consider the feel, fucking let them know.
I like to know. Oh, that's the thing. And he can fucking sign. He couldn't carry a damn Q-tip with paper bag.
Let it go.
Let it go, yeah, let my eyes go.
Fuck yeah, I killed that fucking shit.
Bullshit, motherfucker. Couldn't sing with him. Oh, sounds like you got a mouth full of shit. What the fuck? Son of a bitch! Can't even take a fucking nail without he starts that stupid ass shit music. Son of a bitch! I tell you what, Jack, you get your ass in here right now. You're taking me, I'm telling you, you're taking me the fuck home. I'm going the fuck home, and you're taking me. So get your fucking ass in here. Motherfucker. Can't even take a fucking nap.
Gran,
What?
what's wrong?
Can't even take a nap. You start that motherfucking music. So get your fucking shoes on. Motherfucker, you're taking me the fuck home right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't, I'll explain it to you. Get your fucking shoes on. I'm going home.
Granny, it was just what I wanted.
No Grave by Johnny Cash on Amazon Music.
What the fuck are you doing now? Oh, son of a bitch, that. Hello? Fuck.
Alexa, stop.
Why the fuck did you play that song for? Am I gonna die? And come back a fucking ghost?
I don't know why Alexa did that. Maybe try talking to her. Be friends with her.
Alexa? Hello?
Hi. This week I'm celebrating International Bacon Day, and it's gonna sizzle. Just ask me for a bacon joke.
Oh, motherfucker, who in the fuck wants to hear about fucking bacon?
I don't know. Keep talking to her, Granny.
What about bacon? Hello? Alexa? Hello?
Hi. This week I'm celebrating International Bacon Day, and it's gonna sizzle. Just ask me for a bacon joke.
Ask you for a bacon joke. Okay, tell me a bacon joke. I ain't never heard of that shit in my life. See, now you don't even know either. Are you gonna say something? International Bacon Week. I never heard of that shit. And she says she'd tell me a bacon joke. Now she won't even fucking answer me. Alexa? Hello?
Hello. Did you know there are almost 18 million birthdays every day?
Oh, son
That's a
of
lot of presents to unwrap. For you, I have the gift of knowledge.
Thank you.
Give me a fun fact about birthdays.
Fun fact, my eyes. Fun fact about fucking. You know what? Fuck you. Hey, Alexa. Eat my eyes. Now she won't answer me. Hey, Alexa. Are there any ghosts in this house?
No. Is There a Ghost by Band of Horses' album is ceased to begin by Band of Horses.
Oh, son of a bitch! What in the fuck are you talking about? Alexa, what are you fucking talking about?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
All right, Granny, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom, and then I'll take you home.
All right.
Hey, Alexa, tell my grandma a joke.
What do you call Aquaman's friends who didn't show up to his party? Fish flakes.
Stupid ass motherfucker. Stupidest damn fucking joke I have ever heard.
What did the math book tell the chemistry book? You're lucky to have solutions. I'm just full of problems.
Hey, Alexa, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not sure.
That's what I thought, stupid eyes. Jake! Jake! Alexa, shut the shit up! I don't want to hear that fucking shit. Jake! I'm going to fuck home! Get your ass out of here! What in the fuck is... Jake! I'm laying all out your face! You're taking me the fuck home! Let's go! What the fuck is that? And it sounds like fucking Donald Duck to coconut. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. I've had all I can take of this damn shit. I'm going to fuck home. You're taking me home!
오빤 강남스타일.
Keep it up, motherfucker! Keep it up, motherfucker! I'm gonna beat the hell out of you! Turn that fucking shit off! Jay! I'm gonna beat that shit out of you! Stupid ass motherfucker! Start that shit every fucking time!
5 minutes later.
Hey angry grandma, it's Siri, please eat my shithole clean from all the shit that just came out of it. Fuck shit ass bitch, damn what did I fucking eat? Fuck, I don't know how I'm going to make it into work today with all this fucking shit in my ass.
20 minutes later.
Turn that fucking shit off! They ain't nobody gonna get no fucking sleep or nothing else. And you start these stupid fucking songs. Motherfucker! Asshole! Turn it out! That stupid fucking shit, who wants to hear it? I am absolutely gonna get up and beat the living fucking hell out of him playing these stupid motherfucking songs. Stupid ass motherfucker. Fucking stupid ass motherfucker got that damn bird that comes out there on the balcony. Got him started. How the hell you supposed to get some fucking sleep around here with this shit going on? Stupid. Oh, fuck, no. Turn that stupid fucking shit off. Turn it off. stupid ass motherfucking song. Can't understand a damn thing they're saying. Get no fucking more. Stupid ass, turn it out. Get out. And that damn devil music, anything else you can play, motherfucker, just to get on my fucking nerves. Turn it out. I'm gonna knock his fucking brains out. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put him out of his fucking misery, and then maybe I'll see some fucking. I don't know. Fucking shit off. What the fuck is 2 plus 2 equals vagina? Vagina. Jack! Oh, fuck me.
This is okay to you big fat white big smelling fat bitch. Why you picking out the most of the children with your type of dirty white resident big fat bitch over most of my
Who in the fuck she got on the phone?
And don't be talking on this today about something so unexpected and way on your motherfucking head. Bitch, I'm coming to beat the fuck out of you.
Hey.
White ass. Being her bitch. Why? I'm coming to fuck you up, bitch.
Come ahead, boy. Come ahead, let me get the fucking door. I'll beat the fuck out of you. You ain't gonna put me out, boy. I'll beat the living fuck out of you. Fuck you. You got the wrong fucking one. I am 76 years old. Come on up. I'll beat your fucking ass. Yeah, you're gonna get fucked up. Oh, yeah. Come ahead. It's supposed to come ahead, and I'll put it over right through here. What fucking money? I don't know nothing about no fucking money. You could have played out fucking me up, 'cause I don't know a damn thing about money. Who in the fuck she got on the phone now tonight? Yeah, I'll put the fucking button on those fucking hand, asshole. I'll knock you the fuck out. You full of fucking shit. Now, baby, come ahead, now, come on, stay. Stay there. Why would you stay there? Oh, I'll be sure the fucking door, and I'll whack you right through the motherfucking eyes with it. You fucking bitch. I don't know who you are. You don't know who I am. But that's what you don't know I know. And you bitch, you will find out who the fuck I am. Because I'm the president here. Why the fuck so? What the fuck was that? Oh, motherfucker! Somebody take Jay! Oh, son of a bitch! Jay! Jay! Where the fuck? Somebody's taking a damn big shit someplace. Oh, motherfucker! Oh, God! That can't get the fuck up! Motherfucker! Jay! Jay! Get the fuck in here, you asshole! You ain't there taking a damn big shit? No. Wait one minute. Somebody's taking a fucking big shit.
Your room stinks.
Motherfucker. But he better not wake me and I ain't up with this damn stupid ass shit like he had before. And somebody in the bathroom taking a fucking big shit. And everything else. I tell you what, I'll get something off. I'll knock the head on the living room.
Later that night.
Let me. Jacob! He knows how he can fucking shit. Jacob! Jacob!
Victory screech!
What the fuck is that shit? Oh, son of a bitch. That's... Who'd she say?
1 hour later.
Light burn. How to outline to cut.
Getting that from YouTube.
From Disney Animation in the
Fucking A, man.
In this video I'm going to show you how to cut around an image in Lightburn. Now you'll notice that when you bring in an image, and this is a PNG image, that it creates a layer up here, and you can notice that the mode's set to image, so you can't change this to a fill or a line or anything like that. So in order to get this image here to not only engrave the butterfly but cut around it as well, we just need to make some changes to it. So what I'm going to do first is right click on the butterfly and come down and select trace image. Okay, now you get this pop-up up here. And what I'm going to do is click on fade image here so we can better see the outline. And that's what we're after. We're after this nice outline here. Now you can make changes to this to make it better for you if it comes out a little wonky or something like that. There's all sorts of little options here. You've got cut-off, threshold, smoothness and so on. All these things you can play with. You can just zoom in using your mouse there and just make it better for you. But I'm just going to go with it and I'm going to click on OK. Now you'll notice when you've done that, you get this new layer appear here, and it's a line layer. And if I hide the image itself, we'll come up here and just hide it so we can better see what this line looks like. And you can see there, it's come out pretty well. So it's done a trace of it, and we've got all the outline there, which is what we want. But we've also got all these lines in the middle here, which we don't really want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the shape, and I'm going to right click and ungroup. And then click away, and then I'm going to click on the outer line. So I'm just going to select the outer line there, and I'm going to change the colour on it. So I'm just going to make it red, doesn't matter what you make it really. And there you go, that's appeared here now. Now we want to get rid of the middle of this butterfly, all these other bits. Now you'll notice when you've done that, you get this new layer appear here, and it's a line layer. And if I hide the image itself, we'll come up here and just hide it so we can better see what this line looks like. And you can see there, it's come out pretty well. So it's done a trace of it, and we've got all the outline there, which is what we want. But we've also got all these lines in the middle here, which we don't really want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the shape, and I'm going to right click and ungroup, and then click away. And then I'm going to click on the outer line. So I'm just going to select the outer line there. And I'm going to change the colour on it. So I'm just going to make it red. Doesn't matter what you make it really. And there you go. That's appeared here now. Now we want to get rid of the middle of this butterfly, all these other bits. So, and they appear on this line here. So what I'm going to do is actually hide my red line, the outer line, by clicking on the option here, the show option. And now we're just left with the bits we want to go. So now we just need to delete those lines. So you can do that in one of two ways. You can just highlight everything like that and click the delete button on your keyboard. Or you can just come up to the layer, this one here, this is all those bits there are on this layer, and you can click on the trash can. And we'll go yes, we're sure we want to delete them, yep, and they're gone. So then you can come back and show each of the shapes here. So I'm going to click on the line one, and there's our outline, so that's going to cut because it's set to line there. And this one now, here's our butterfly, and that's going to engrave. So that's all there is to it. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
You ready? Let's do this!
Disney Plus is home to the shows families love.
Oh boy, did you hear what I just heard?
With new episodes of Bluey, Spidey and his amazing friends, Mickey Mouse Funhouse, and Super Kitties.
Even when someone you love is far away, they'll always be right here.
Shows that are perfect for any age.
Stop!
Yes, Nana.
Welcome to Be Home for Family Fun.
Here we go.
All on Disney Plus.
Oh, I can't wait.
Hi, this is Paula from Go Laser Go, and in this video I'm going to go through the Cuts and Layers panel here to show you a little bit how the ordering of layers work and also attempt to answer a viewer's question. So on the screen at the moment I've got this little circle here with the letter A in it, and I want the outline to cut and the inside here, the letter A, to engrave. So you can see at the moment that it's all sitting on one layer. So if I want this to cut and this to engrave, I have to separate the layers out. So to do that, I'm going to click on the A, and I'm going to change the colour down here, just give it another colour. You can see as soon as I do that, we get now two layers here. So the first one is the line, so that's what I want that to cut. And this one I want to fill, I want to engrave, so that's what it looks like there. And just to help visually show this, I'm just going to come up to the settings up here, and I'm going to click on Filled Rendering, and go OK, and that will show now the engraving. And you also see that the outline is at the top here, and the engraving is the second one down. Now normally, when you are engraving something and cutting, in general you usually want to engrave first. And the reason you want to do that is if you cut this first, you'll notice when you cut something, it often will fall through the wood and it might turn sideways, that sort of thing. And then when you come back to engrave it, it's going to be out of alignment. So you really want to engrave first and then cut. Now this is the ordering of it now, and you'll see what is going to happen if I click on Preview up here. You can see it's going to cut first, the outline, and then engrave. So we don't want that, we want it in the other order. So if I come back here and just click on the bottom one, here, and just click this arrow, you can see now the fill or the engraving is at the top and then the cutting is underneath. So we'll come back to Preview, click on it, and you can see that in action now. So it's going to engrave the letter first and then cut it. There we go. So that's great. So what if we had more than one of these? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group this, right click and group, so it's nicely grouped, and I'm going to add a few more. So I'm coming down to the array tool down here, and I'm going to just click another 3 and another 3 down and go OK. So I've got more than one here. Now if we come back up to the preview, we'll see how this is going to play out. So I'll come back, and you'll notice it's engraving all the A's first, and then it's going to come around and do the outlines, which is great. That's normally what I would do. But we had a viewer request, and they wanted it done in a different way. They wanted the letter A to be done first on this first one, and then they wanted to be cut around the outline there, and then the second A, and cut around here, and so on. So they wanted each one done individually. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So if I click OK to get out of there, I'm going to come down to these options here. Now make sure you've got Optimize Cut Path selected, but I'm going to click on Optimization Settings, And you'll notice here it's got the order in priority, so that tells you how these are going to be cut and engraved. Now I'm going to just remove both of them. Okay, remove, and I'm going to select instead order by group and go OK. Now remember this, it's ordering by group, so if you're going to make this work, you have to make sure that each one of these are grouped. Remember I've grouped them? I grouped the A and the outline together, so all of these are grouped. So you want to make sure each individual one is a grouping. So once that's done, if we come back up to preview, click on that, and come back and let's see this in action. Okay, there you go. So it's doing each individual A, and then coming around and doing the outline. So there you go. So hopefully that answered your question. Thank you for the question to that viewer, and thank you for watching everyone else, and please subscribe to the channel, and please give us a thumbs up. It really does help the channel.
Hey everyone, caught me in the middle of a sip of coffee. We're here today, and thank you all for being here. I see we got a bunch of comments already, a bunch of people already here in the stream. We are here today doing a live, and I'm going to be talking about my learning curve with the fiber laser. So, I had now it's probably about a year old. I have a 20-watt Leica source. It's in the back, behind that 3D printer, but you can't see it from here. I do have another camera angle that I'll bring up in a moment when we start doing the testing. But I want to tell you that the first couple of weeks was all trying to figure out how to get everything aligned. And that was probably the hardest part for me, was watching all of the YouTube videos and getting all of the bad advice. So I wanted to make this video today to talk about maybe better advice. Once you've already got it mechanically set up, where you've got your training set up and what your focus is and all that kind of good stuff, then it's time to actually try and figure out how to use it. And the fiber laser is, as some of you already know, and many of you already know, I know there's probably new users here, and there's probably experienced users here that are far more experienced than I am, but it's a combination of getting the right speed, the right power, and the right frequency. And you can use the same speed and power and just change the frequency and get completely different results. And that's what we're here to talk about today. And we're going to talk about some examples. And just to get started, without actually running the laser yet, I want to show you my little business card adventure here. And just a whole bunch of different business cards that I did. So each one of these business cards is a different speed, frequency, and power, as you can see there. And what I was looking for was more gradients. And I went through a whole bunch of these trying to find my whites. And they don't show up really great on camera, but this is pretty much what you have to do. Trying to find my white, trying to find this is how I did it. So it's just a lot of testing that goes on, and you have to build a library, and that is the key to getting this done properly. You have to have and I use Lightburn, so I had to build a Lightburn library. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, and I'm going to be showing you examples from my library. We also have a guest host here today who's waiting in the green room, and that is Patrick from Light Source Engraving. And I want to say that, and I have this little magnet right here on my computer right next to me. I want to say that Patrick is the source a year ago. I met Patrick a while back, and he invited me to be on another channel, and we worked a little bit together, and I started watching his videos, and that is how I got to the point that I'm at now, where I figured out that you've got to have a library, you've got to do a whole bunch of testing, and I really didn't have many things that I needed to do. I had the 100 watt over at the other shop that I do my AANA coins on, and that's 100 watt JPT, and I have this 20 watt Racus behind me. So the Racus is the one we're going to be using today, and I only had a couple things that I was doing. I was doing business cards, which you saw how I got those settings. I was doing some keychains, some pens, you know. I had like 6 or 7 things that I was making for people, and plus those coins that I make, and that's it. So now I've started developing the library a little bit more, and that's what today's stream is going to be about. And Patrick is here in the green room, so let's go ahead and bring him in and welcome Patrick from Light Source Engraving. Hey Patrick, what's going on, buddy?
How's it going? How's everybody doing today?
It is going good. I wanted to just thank you because you have helped me, your videos, I met you personally, your videos have helped me to get started in this with multiple materials. And it's such a long learning curve when you're doing that completely on your own without any help, which is how I started. And then finding somebody who's willing to share a library with me, even though it's not, the library you shared with me was for a 30 watt, and I have a 20 watt, it still gave me a starting point where I can then go in and, you know, change frequencies and speeds and powers and all that kind of stuff on my own. And that really, I want to thank you for that, because that really helped me out a lot. And Patrick does have a channel on YouTube, and that is LSE Engraving. So it's down there on the bottom of the screen, and he also has a website, lightsource.pro, and he also has a Discord channel. I'm not personally a fan of Discord. I have no idea how to use it. It completely confuses me. But
yeah, and the Discord's branded the Laser Maker's Realm.
Laser Maker's Realm, yeah.
Yep.
Patrick is also my guest host, along with Steve. Hey, Steve, I know you're out there in the comment section. Patrick is also a guest host with Steve. The three of us do a channel called the Laser Maker's Realm. And every other Sunday we do a video where we make things and give you free files to download. So you might want to check that out as well. And I also want to say, I want to give some credit also to Geo, which is where a lot of this stuff comes from. So Geo is a tech guy, and he's doing file conversions for different lasers. And in fact, right before this stream, he emailed me a file conversion for a few different things for the 20 watt Racus. So I had already done the testing. It was a little bit too late. I already got some of my settings dialed in, but Geo is a big help, and he's sort of like I guess the master of conversion, we call it, right, Patrick?
Yeah, that's, I like that. That's a good term.
Yeah, so he's doing all of the conversion going on here, show you my screen in Lightburn. Let me just get rid of this brand up in the top corner. And maybe we should go full screen instead. So this is what I've got on my in my Lightburn file for this video. And you see there's a bunch of stuff in there. So I've got a large blue one on top here. That is for a slate. We're going to do all these projects today. And then I've got a 304 stainless steel luggage tag over here. These two in the gold color are both anodized aluminum. They are the little flasks that put alcohol in. Down on the bottom, I've got somebody that I do business with. I've changed all the names and phone numbers to protect against them down here. But it is the City of Gonzales Parks Department in Texas. And I do his metal business cards. And so I'm going to do one of those with the names. Then I've got over here, this one over here is a friend of mine that's got a convenience store. It's going to be running a contest, and it's a coupon. This down here, we originally started with steel blanks and didn't like those, so we went up here to the brass blanks. We'll do both of those so you can see it. Then I've got another steel blank in a different color that I'll be doing with that Louisiana logo. And of course, I've got this little penny little dog tag. And some of this stuff is really, really small, but the dog tags are coming from a website called Tubarca. So it is really interesting, the website name. I like the fact that everything is made right here in the United States. I believe they're in Pennsylvania. And the prices are not bad, and it's a really high quality dog tag. You're going to see that in a moment. So these are the projects that we're going to run today. And we're going to run these projects. I did add another camera in the back of the shop, and I'll be going back and forth that you can see right there. And that is the work bed of the 20 watt. And all of the products that I'm making today should fit in that screen. So what I'm going to do is get started. I'm going to put that camera up here. Does that look okay, Patrick?
Yeah, it does. Hey, and I wanted to just hold this up real quick, just since you were talking about test rigs.
Yeah.
I just pulled the cover off of my grill so I could run test rigs when I was testing collars. And yeah, it's lots and lots of time spent testing to develop a library for your particular laser.
Yep. And to take that a step further, it's good. You have to have a bunch of different materials as well. And I was talking with Patrick the other day and telling him about my tin, just a regular sheet of tin, the results that I got on the tin. And I know you can't see these really good, but I've got some blues and some dark blues. And I started doing a picture with the wrong LPI, and it just didn't come out right, but it bent the metal. It was way too hot. But the testing is the most important thing. This is just a regular piece of tin, and a lot of people like tin because you can shape it and you can stamp it, and you can cut it, and you can make things out of it. And so this is another example of what Patrick's talking about. There's just lots and lots of testing, and you can even take scrap metal that you've got, like this piece right here, and do some testing on it. And this is the top of a stainless steel, what do you call that? A little cable jack that stopped working. So I took the top off and I ran some tests on here. And you can see I got some numbers and some settings for brown, for white, for blue, for gray. Just an old scrap piece of metal. So you can do testing on all kinds of stuff, and most of the products that I'm going to talk about are going to be from Amazon. So let's bring that camera over here real quick, and extraction and get the first project loaded onto the workbench.
Right, sounds good. Let's see, I'm just going to read through the comments here.
This might get a little noisy, by the way.
Jeremy's running out of room for all the testing. Yeah, I've got run into the same problem.
I can't hear you back here, so.
Okay. My favorite thing to test, and my wife loves it too, are the stainless steel pots and pans in the house. They're all marked up and decorated. It's a really good test for seeing if those colors rust too. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Let's see, there's folks from all over. So cool. But if you guys have any questions, ask them in the comments, and I'll answer them, or Rich will answer them, and we'll make sure that we get everything covered.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should show you on the Lightburn screen first. And let me put that in full screen. The first project that we're going to do today is, let's see, what did I just put on? I believe I put the steel plank on there. Let me just check. No, I put the brass plank on there. Okay, so first one that we're going to do today is the brass plank. And these are available on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. And so what we'll do is we'll do my friend's coin over here that he wants to do a convenience store. And that's the reason that we're doing this. So now I've got this set on a layer over here, cuts and layers. And you see here is my library. I've got the Fiber 2110 in here. And down in here, I've got all of the stuff that I've edited, as well as all of the things that Patrick gave me. This used to be a 30-watt library, and I've edited many of these settings. And up here, these are the settings that I got. So if we find this one, if I come in here and find this one, it is this one. Yep, right here. So let me show you the settings on this, because a lot of the videos that you're watching online, you don't get to see the settings. And let's go through them really quickly. So on the first layer, this is a multi-layer job. I've got the speed at 250, power at 95, and the frequency at 20. On the second layer, I've got the same thing. The only difference is the scan angle is negative 45 versus the first layer, which is 45. So it's just a reverse scan angle, and they're both in 500 LPI. And then I want a nice line after. So I've got this line at 285 power, 4 passes, and 60 kilohertz. So those are the settings for this particular project right here. So let me take that off the screen real quick and put this one on. There we go. And I'm going to go to the laser tab and hit frame. And now you can see that we've got the boundary there. And let me make sure real quickly that I've got the right one. I don't have the right one, so I'm going to take this one off and put the other one on, because this is the final version. Sorry about that. Excuse me. So I'm going to frame that one. There we go. That's the final version. So now you can see it's not in the right spot. I'm going to hold the control key, and I have set my nudge moving with the control in the settings to 0.5 millimeters. So I'm going to hold control and nudge it over a little bit to get it in the right spot. And I think right about there, it's good. Come down a little bit. And that is looking pretty close to good. Pretty close to good. That's a good one right there. So now that I've got it framed, go ahead, Patrick.
I was going to say, with the adoption of Lightburn Galvo for folks coming from EasyCAD, the live framing and being able to nudge was the greatest features ever.
I agree.
And with the most recent release, you can actually resize while it's framing with the page up and page down key.
Yep. What I like about this is with Lightburn, I have this camera that you're looking at right now on a 21-inch screen, so I can get the framing absolute. And now for this video, I'm not worried about anything being framed properly. But on that 21-inch screen, when I at the 0.5mm movements with the control button, the control key, I mean, I can really dial this in.
Hurry to Kohl's weekend sale and get tech gear for the family at $14.99, now at Kohl's.
Yep, I think I have my arrow set to 0.1, control 0.5, and shift as 1.
Yeah. Yep.
That way I can fine tune it.
And I'm not quite sure why nothing is coming out on there yet. And it looks like I've got something wrong here. Oh, you know what? I don't think it was the brass coin. Nope. Pretty sure that was the steel coin. So I'm going to rerun this real quick. I should have practiced it. Let me see. Let me take the brass coin off. And I need to find the steel coins. And of course I can't find the steel coins.
Well,
just hang on 1 second. Well, you know what? I'll put one of the steel coins on there instead.
it's Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
And
I know all about that when it comes to live stream.
get out of focus and back into focus. Yeah, there wasn't a focus problem. Just picking the wrong point, I guess.
Material settings match up.
Let me put one on here that says in the description steel blank, so I know which one I'm doing. Put that in the middle and frame it. And now I'll put that into position. We'll give this another run. I think that looks pretty good right there. So now on this one, this is plain steel. I'm doing a white engraving on this.
Now we're seeing something. Just shows the importance of having the right settings for the right material.
Exactly. Yeah, that did nothing on the brass, but it would probably do wonders on the steel. I'm going to figure these out. Don't worry about it as we go. So this is just a regular steel blank, just cost a few cents. You get a whole package of like 70 of them on Amazon. I did wish I bought the ones without the hole in them, though. And this is a really complex design here, by the way, on such a small coin. The coin is really, really small. So there you go. You can get an idea. Let me move it off the spot so you can see it a little bit better. How's that?
Yep. Louisiana Purchase.
Louisiana Purchase, 1812. And yeah, so I think that came out really nice. And I do have a couple other settings for this one, but let's switch to a different material real quick. And the reason why I've got this here, I learned that, you know, if you don't do this right, you will etch your base. So I have something behind it. let's put this back on here. And reset the focus.
No matter how careful I am, it's only a matter of time before the base gets marked.
I couldn't hear you, sorry, what did you say?
I said no matter how careful I am, it's only a matter of time before your base gets marked.
Yeah.
It'll stay nice and new, and then next thing you know, oh man, that makes me good.
Yep. Yeah, well, I use that extra piece now so I don't screw everything up. So we are going to do an admit one token. I'm going to put that in the middle of the screen. And actually I need to move this down a little bit. And one thing that I've also noticed is that it's important to use that T key and get your project centered directly in the middle, especially on larger products, because the laser is strongest at the middle. So here is my admit one token. So let me get that moved into position, which is right about there. That looks about right. And it looks like something changed on this layer. So this...
Febreze. I use Febreze fabric refresher every day to make my home smell amazing. On my bed, my couch, my jacket or jeans, in between washes, even shoes. Febreze doesn't cover up odors with scent, but fights them and freshens. Over 1,000 uses. Febreze fabric refresher.
Try my Old Spice. You can use it on your pits, chest, and even your toes. Oh, that's fresh.
So this is having the same problem as the other one. I don't know, I may have set something else on that layer by mistake. Or maybe what I should do is just go back and, okay, brass coins. I'm going to go back to my
setting.
Yeah, I'm going back to my library and reassigning the settings to this one. And assign it. I'm going to stop that job and restart it.
I think what I might just do with these Galva lasers is burn my logo on the base. That way, if I happen to, mark it, it'll just kind of blend in with my logo.
So what I did is I must have changed something when I closed Lightburn, because this layer for the brass was the wrong settings. But I've gone back to the library and I found the brass coin planks, and I selected the tan with the black border, and this is going to come out tan color, exactly what it says, with a black border. And to cover those settings real quick, it is 3 layers. First layer is 800 speed, 70 power, 30 frequency, with a 45-degree angle. Second layer, same thing, negative 45-degree angle. And you know what? That didn't come out right either. Something happening with the brass. I'm going to run a different job on it and see what happens with that. I restarted Lightburn, and all of these worked yesterday, and they don't today for some reason, which is crazy. I'm just trying a different layer, a different setting in my library.
I've talked to a few other folks that have Breakus lasers, and I haven't been able to narrow down the problem, but sometimes I have to disconnect the USB and then plug it back in, because
it works better.
Well, for some reason power output will, to my radius will just drop. And, you know, I'll be running, like I was doing 50 knives in a row, and every once in a while, it would just barely even mark.
Really?
Well, I've got to unplug the USB, plug it back in, and then run it again, and then it's fine.
Okay,
So
I'm going to give that a
sometimes
try.
it happens with that radius, and I'm not sure if it happens on the other wattage or lasers, but I've saw it happen with myself and a couple other 50 watts.
Well, that's good to know. I'm going to actually give that a try when this job is finished. Because that is not how it's supposed to come out. It's pretty close. Let me give that a try. So I'm going to... Should I turn off the machine?
No, I just unplugged the USB and plug it back in.
No, I can't even find the USB on this one. So many wires.
In that case, yeah, you can turn it off.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure where the... Let me turn it off. Actually, if I pull this out, this has a USB that I can disconnect from the back and plug it back in. There we go. I'll do that. Let's turn it back on. See if that works. So just to check that, what I'm going to do is just flip this over. Just check my focus again. The focus is right. It may have been off just a hair. So let's check it and see. You might be right. I hope you're right, Patrick. And by the way, my focus is only those 2 dots. It's not that 3rd dot. We're going to run that same exact job and see if that unplugging that made a difference. Oh, that made a big difference. Look at that. You're right, Patrick.
Yeah, it's just some weird glitch with radius source and Lightburn.
Well, I am happy to know.
I haven't been able to do a Wireshark to catch it and get the data to the Lightburn team.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to be able to catch it one of these days so that they're able to see it and take a look.
All right, so this is not really the job I wanted to run. So let me close that and let me put the job I wanted to run on that layer, which is the tan with the black border. There we go. And we'll just run this again. In fact, what I'm going to do, this is just a black. I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to go put another point on it, another blank.
You see that dramatic difference in the power output?
Yeah, I'm glad. See, well, you know what? Learn something every day. And this is the reason why, one of the reasons I collaborate with Patrick. You know, because he knows this stuff, and I don't. So that was a good find. This was how I was hoping it would come out, like that one right there. That's the one I did yesterday, and I have a couple of different settings, as you can see on those 2.
Yeah, you can see the nice black line around the edges.
Yeah. So let's give this one a shot and see how this one works. Now that we've replugged. Oh, man, you're a genius, Patrick.
Immediate difference.
Immediate. Now that is the same layer it was on originally that didn't mark it at all, if you remember.
Yep.
Okay, so that is so good to know. That's a problem. Well, now I've ruined the surprise because you've already seen the final result on the right side there. And a lot of people are probably saying, why are you taking so long on this? You know, you can probably do that in one pass. Maybe you can. But I want to get a really clean. I'm doing several passes on here because I want it really clean and I want it really defined. So, and this is my final.
You're only working with a 20-watt radius.
Right, exactly. So, how does that look? I mean,
that looks nice.
You really can't tell in the stream how good this looks. And I am going to go back to, in Lightburn, I'm going to go back to my friend's coin and bring this back onto the screen because I really want you to see how this one turns out. So hang on and I will get that set up and get it started.
See, Steve had a question about your 2 layers, one at 45 and the next at negative 45 on the 2 different layers. So he said since you're using a crosshatch, can you simply increase the number of passes on the first layer?
Well, you can answer that, but I get different results if I increase the number of passes.
Yeah, you could. If you set it at negative 45, it starts from the opposite side, I guess is the best way to describe it. So running it in reverse, so
Yep.
you can get different results. I like to use multiple passes, and sometimes not crosshatch, and just use the auto rotate so that it's just going at some random angle every time it runs.
Right.
Then I'm doing a real multi-layer deep engraving, but for something that's more on the surface like this, you really don't have to do like multiple layers and rotate angles. But by running it in reverse, like he has it set up, you can get a little different sheen and result on the surface.
So, what do you think about that? That is a lucky coin. This is going to be a giveaway to people in a store that spend more than $50. I don't know what all the details are, but they'll get this coin and they can come in on one day a month on the first of the month to redeem them. And that will be a contest where they'll put all of them into a box and shake it up and have one of the customers pick out one coin, and on the back of each coin they just take a Sharpie and write the person's name. So they're going to be giving these away at the store for a contest that they run every month. I think that looks really cool. So let's move on. You know what, before we move on to that, I want to talk about it for a moment. So, let's see. I got to get this off the screen. And let me put Patrick back up on the screen. Hey, Patrick. I wanted to talk about this guy right here. So, these are very popular in the YouTube community. And these are just little whiskey flasks, alcohol flasks. And in doing my testing, so I used a few of these to test. And that, I think, is one of my final nicest looking results right there. But I found something out that was really interesting during my testing, is that I can engrave over things and change things. I found out that I can change the entire color of the steel and then engrave something in white on top of that. Isn't that cool? So what I would do, I wouldn't do it like this. You know, I was just trying to clean the surface here, and I noticed the slight, because you can see the other things that I have on here. See them? Mm-hmm. I wanted to do just the cleaning on it, and I noticed that it turned yellow, and then I did another cleaning, and it turned white, and I finally found that gold color, and I was like, wow, that is just fantastic. and then I engrave something on top. I did.
That's a technique I use for photos on steel, is to run the cleaning passes.
Yep.
We'll let it walk by us. Run the cleaning passes.
Wow, that
so
looks
that you
like
get
real
the nice bright background, and then run your steel black setting for your photos on the steel. So, and then you can do colors. Let's see. Get it right. You can see, well,
I see the blue.
The reflection, yeah, but my logo on the back is blue and gold.
Yeah, I see the blue. Yeah. So let me show you some of the testing that I did. Was I just took, you saw the little circles in Lightburn earlier. I just put those little circles on here and went to my library and started changing the frequencies. And you can see top and bottom, I got all different colors, right? And I have another one where I got even more. I especially like the green, and I especially like the brown. And what you see on YouTube, though, is only this. You know, you always see people doing just this, just removing the black color. And I wanted to get more colors on here and do something, you know, extravagant. Well, we're not going to do anything extravagant today, but what we are going to do is we are going to do a flask.
I want to add on to your circle technique. If you make those circles overlap,
right,
you can actually combine the colors and see what two different settings will give you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a little technique that I like to use just to test.
Yeah. That's what I was doing with this one. I was overlap. I have a whole bunch of things behind it, and just doing different passes to see how they come out. And yeah, that's a better idea, is to do it with the circles. I'm gonna use that tip, Patrick. So coming back to Lightburn, over here in Lightburn, the next thing that we're gonna do, and you'll see that these are on all different layers. So you can see I've got a whole bunch of different layers in here, preset from these settings over here. And the next thing that we're going to do, let me move this description back up and get this out of the way. The next thing we're going to do is what I just showed you. We'll do this flask. So we'll put that in the middle, press the P key on the keyboard, and let's take a look real quick at the settings for that. Let me find that one. That's the one right there. We take a look at the settings on this one. I wound up with 5,000 millimeters a second, 98% power, 80 frequency, with a 2,000 LPI. And on the second pass, and I did this one in a 0 scan angle. This one I did in a crosshatch, the second layer, 8,000, 98, 80, same, everything the same, but in a 45-degree angle flush flow. So these were the best settings that I found to get the results that I wanted. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to, we're going to go back, let's see, go back to this one here. So let's go solo here. Let's come to the laser and light that up. And let me make sure that I've got this right before I do this. Okay. And now all I'm going to do is just drop on the flask itself. And we will get this started. So these are pretty easy to line up, and you know, I know that if you watch Patrick's videos, he's got all these elaborate jigs and everything. For this video, I'm not really concerned with getting everything lined up and positioned properly. I'm more concerned with just doing an example and showing you what the results are. And really, this is all about my learning process, my learning curve. So with that all set up now, I'm just going to hit start.
Says we need to buy out the trucks lease or give it back.
How are we gonna run a business without a truck?
You can't.
So let's figure out a plan to keep you guys on the road.
Coffee, Craig?
Thank you.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank.
Gotta get rid of this.
Tell me what.
Because it stinks.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh?
It helps remove odors 3 times better than detergent alone.
It worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh.
You really do have produce delivered fresh daily. Huh. Oh.
And these were the best settings that I found, and I know they sound kind of odd, but there are like little anomalies in this particular type of stainless, and this is not a 304 stainless. So I wanted to make sure that I got rid of all of those anomalies, and this took quite a few tests to get it right.
I have a flask here. I'll show once this is done.
Why don't you? Yeah, why don't you? Hey, I got an idea. Hey, everybody in the comments. Patrick, are you watching the comments?
Yeah.
Everyone in the comments, if you want to see something in particular made, post a comment, and we'll do that for you live. Does that sound okay, Patrick? Are you up for that?
Sure, I'm down for a challenge.
While I'm doing my testing, you can do a viewer request.
I've made a logo for another YouTube channel, and now I did some class for them because their channel is Bourbon Country Reacts. They react to bourbon and country music because they're metal fans and they like bourbon.
Right.
So I did their logo, and now I'm going to sell some class for them. But I think that all turned out pretty good. I was just going to show that. But
yeah,
if anybody wants me to engrave something on any particular substrate material, I'll see what I can do. We'll do a viewer's choice, whichever gets the most votes or something.
Yes, Dave, you can. Well, I can anyway. Dave is asking if we can make these on a 10-watt diode laser. It will take a long time. I would say probably, 30, 35 minutes, something like that. But yeah, that is definitely the process.
So what you're doing with your setting is basically erasing the look of the grain in the steel, so you have a nice even surface.
Yeah, I'm creating a new look of the grain in the steel. So, yeah. I watched the videos on YouTube, and yeah, I can do this in 25 seconds, no question about it. I can just do one pass really quickly and do it in 25 seconds, and you have the look of the steel that's underneath it. But what I'm doing is more, I guess you might call it brushed aluminum look to the steel. So giving it a completely different look than just removing the coating. And there you go. How does that look?
It looks clean. Yeah, just a slight resurfacing. Hey, I want to mention Rich's fume extraction. If you notice, almost the smoke from that powder coat burning off was sucked right down into his laser bed. He has a hole cut for his ductwork in the bottom of his table, and then the laser bed is setting on the table that's sealed around the edges with foam, so all that suction is coming through those threaded holes. And that's where his fumes and most of the dust is going to go. Which is a really cool idea. I like it.
I hope you weren't talking to me, because I was in the back setting that. When I'm back there, I can't hear anything.
I was telling them about your fume extraction.
Oh. Well, this fume extraction is from the bottom, and I absolutely love it. Now, I do have, Patrick did send me an air assist kit, but I haven't hooked that up yet. I've just been too busy. But what I'm going to do now is, but I will eventually look that up. What I'm going to do now.
Version 2, it's better.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do now is my dog tag, and let me show you real quick the dog tag. So this is it right here. All I did was take that dog tag you just saw on the screen, and I measured the square part of it, and then I measured the outer circles, and I just drew a couple of tool paths on here, and now I know where to position my my graphics. And I just used a couple of SpongeBob graphics and, you know, some fake stuff here. But this is the actual dog tag that we're going to do now. That dog tag is on, let me click on it so I can find the layer. Which one is split up there? I can't see because the StreamYard overlay is right over those layers. I'll find it over there. That one, right there. That's it. Yep, 18 is lit up over here. So let's take a look at this one. This is just a crosshatch fill at 45-degree angle, 1500 millimeters a second, 90% power, 50 kilohertz. So, and I don't know why the angle increment is at 37. Put that back to 0. So that's the settings for this layer right here. And we should be ready to frame and run. So let me switch back over. And put this one back on the screen. And I'll come back to Lightburn and hit my frame right here. And basically, I can use any of the frames, the hull, the contour. The hull works pretty good because it lets me know where the outside graphics are. Or I can use the contour to see exactly where they are. But I kind of like the hull for this.
I use hull a lot.
Yeah.
It's very handy.
But I am going to check all of them, and it's really odd that it would be in the right spot. Just by me putting it down on the bed, so I think it needs to move over just a bit, like that. And that, I think, is going to be the right spot. Right there, looks good. Well, let's run this off.
Army dogs, you could use the camera to trace the dog tag. You just have to make sure your camera is aligned and calibrated. Otherwise, your measurements could be a little off.
Or you could take a photograph, you know, as long as your camera is level, and bring that photo in and scan it, and then just make one size, either the width or the height. Put that to the width or the height of the dog tag, and both of them will be the size perfect.
72-hour sweat and odor protection, that goes on clear. Gillette Antiperspirant. Mr. Clean Magic powers through tough messes. Makes it look like I spent hours cleaning. No, I didn't.
See, Racus, JPT, MOPA, what's the difference? Okay, Racus and JPT are brand names. Those are the manufacturers. MOPA is the way the laser is switched on and off. So you'll have a regular fiber laser, and then you'll hear people refer to a MOPA fiber laser or MOPA laser. They're all fiber lasers. It's just the way they're switched on and off. It can be Q switch or MOPA switched, and MOPA allows an additional adjustment in your settings.
So, real quickly, I want you to see that came out a little differently than it did yesterday with my settings. And I'm thinking that there is a good chance that something again changed on this setting. So I'm going to go back to in Lightburn, I'm going to go back to my dog tags. Let's see, business code dog tags. Nope, that's not the right one. We'll find it. Steel coin bags. No. I have a lot of stuff in here thanks to Patrick, so it's take me a minute to find it. Has anybody given a suggestion?
I haven't saw any suggestions yet.
Okay.
They do have a couple camera questions. I thought I'd just show them a real quick demo.
Okay.
Just of the camera.
Let me take this out of the screen here.
We get
Hang
into
on one
one
second.
And let's see, let's go to Blackburn. Sorry about that. Switch it right here. Alright, there we go. Should be the right screen now. Alright. I'm going to update my overlay from my Lightburn camera. And now I have a little brass dog tag there on the screen. You have to have, to get a good scan, you need to be in focus. So let me make sure I focus. I'll update the overlay again. Now, see that change. So I like to set whatever I want to trace on a white background, then hit trace, and then zoom in, select which area you want traced, adjust your points. So I normally fade image, hit show points, and then just like that, you can get a decent outline of your dog tag. Just that simple. But this is a camera that I have calibrated within Lightroom that's mounted to the Galvo head. And that's it. That's simple. But the main thing is to have your camera aligned and calibrated. You can use any USB camera. It doesn't have to be a Lightburn camera. I prefer a manual focus camera. I will say that because if it's not quite in focus on your material, your overlay is not going to be perfectly lined up. But I do have a video on my channel that is the complete Lightburn Galvo camera install and alignment guide. And it works for any laser, really.
Yeah, I've got one on my channel too. So both of us have those videos. It might be best to watch both of them. You know, I'm not finding my dog tag. Patrick sent me so many different materials here. I'm not finding it. So I'm just going to try the other side. And this could have something to do with what happened earlier. I don't know. Maybe I need to plug and unplug again. Because I did have that layer set. And, you know, you can see in the camera the difference in the results. This one did not come out the way I was expecting. So maybe I need to check the layers and make sure they're all turned on, although I know it is.
Once you calibrate your camera, and that is calibrating the lens, that calibration you'll keep. Then for each lens, you have to do an alignment. So once the camera is aligned for each lens, then Lightroom will calculate, you know, what it needs to do to make everything flat, and that's what you'll save. So calibrate it for each lens, align it, export those settings and save them in case it doesn't swap every time you switch devices. It should. Sometimes it might not. So make sure you export those settings immediately after calibrating and aligning for that particular lens. let's see, link to my channel. Yes, drop a link there.
I've got that down on the bottom of the screen there. I'm just running something different. And guess what? It did lose the settings. So that is the way it's supposed to come out, right there. That's much better, don't you think? I don't know what happened. I guess when I closed Lightburn something, I lost some of the settings or whatever. But that is exactly the way it came out yesterday. And all I did was reapply the settings. Come on, man. All I did was reapply the settings to the layer. So that's kind of weird. All right, so with those done, let me get those out of the way. I'm going to switch to a...
Try Puffs Plus Lotion for noses that are sore and red, and make cold and flu season a soothing time instead.
Name tag.
So, I had a question about watts, from 20 to 100 watt. Like, Rich's 20 watt laser, it has a very low peak pulse power, and then, of course, it's only going to output 20 watts. When a Raycus 50 watt has a higher peak pulse power, and you're getting the 50 watts out of it. Most of the jobs that I do, I can do with my 50 watt Raycus. It is just fine. And it is, you would think it as a budget laser source, it costs less than a JPT. Normally, a 50 watt JPT versus a Raycus, you probably save about $1,000 on the Raycus. And it works great. Raycus used to get a bad rep, but they've improved dramatically over the last probably 5 years, and they're just fine. They do great. So you can start with the 50 watt Raycus, or you can go higher and get a MOPA laser. Once you get into the higher wattages, you're getting into the MOPA categories. They do make a 30 watt MOPA, but again, you're not going to have power to do a lot of things that people typically end up wanting to do. So you're better off to just buy a higher wattage laser source to begin with, and instead of not having enough power, realizing, I should have something a little more powerful. So at least get a 50. 60 watt is a MOPA JPT. They make an 80 and a 100, and I think a 120. I have a 50 watt Raycus and an 80 watt JPT MOPA fiber sitting here, and I did 50 knives last week, and I used the Raycus. I'm more familiar with it. It's not as new to me as the 80 watt, and I knew exactly what I was going to get, and it did a fine job doing a deep engrave. Did it deep engrave schooling? Did it do anything? So you basically it's budget a lot.
Did you notice what just happened? I started the job without peeling off the plastic on the front of this name badge. So when you do that, first off, it makes the plastic, okay, so this name badge is ruined. You gotta get a different one. It just doesn't work. The plastic gets melted and
fuses it right to the name badge.
It just doesn't engrave. So that's my mistake. I do that all the time with these things because you can't even notice that they have a plastic cover on them. But I did notice the minute I heard that sound of plastic burning. So I'm just gonna put a new one on. These are Rollmark name tags, by the way. They are very cheap. I get them at jpplus.com, and you could do a bunch of these. They also have Air Force, Navy, certified sizes and all that kind of stuff. And this is just doing a name tag. So what you're doing is you're lasering off the top layer of plastic and revealing the plastic that's below it, which is white, and you can change that color to gold, gray, yellow, brown, any color, pretty much any color that you want with a little testing. So that's the beauty of this. And this is also something that you can't do on the CO2 or on the diode, is change the color at all. So you see, you can get multiple colors with these. I chose gold for this demonstration, and you can clearly see that's a white second layer.
Another thing that the fibers can do really fast is the JDS leatherette patches and everything JDS makes in leatherette. Fibers are awesome for getting that leatherette really quick and with high detail.
Thank you, Terry. We appreciate you being here, for sure. That's why we do this. I think, Patrick, you already answered this question, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so yes, if your laser supports it, you can change the frequency between 1,000 and 20,000 on the diode laser, but not many of them support it. So the Rolly Lasermatic does, but you can't do that like with an X2 or something like that.
How do you change the frequency on the Lasermatic?
In the console. Yeah, it's in the console. It's on the settings on the control board.
Okay, so you can do that right from Lightburn.
Yeah, do it right from Lightburn.
That's
okay.
Awesome.
Can you explain aiming the laser? Okay. Let me cover this one more time in case you weren't here. So this job that I just did here, if I hit frame like that, now I can on my keyboard, if I move in Lightburn now, if I move the left arrow, tap the left arrow, I can move it off to the left. Or I can move it to the right. And it's moving the graphic on the workspace is what it's doing. Okay, so that also moves the framing. You can move it up and you can move it down. Okay, so now you can also go into your settings in Lightburn, your general settings, and change the amount that this moves. So now I have it set 1 millimeter with my up and down, left and right arrow. If I hold control, 0.5 millimeter. As you can see. So that's how you adjust the framing. And I want to say that this is the best and the safest way to frame is if you have an auxiliary camera plugged into your computer and you put that camera up on a second screen, if you can, because it's really safe and it's really precise. So I cannot see that red line very well over at the laser, but I can see it really clearly on the second camera. And that's the way I'll do any jobs that are paid, because you want to make sure that they're perfect. Okay, so let's get this guy off of Lightburn.
And what he's talking about is just using a camera attached to your laser and showing it on a big screen, not being calibrated to Lightburn. And you can do that with any camera. Right, exactly. And I believe you're using like a narrow focus camera that gives you a nice close-up.
Yeah, I have a close-up camera. Let me get this one off. And I wish you could see this in person. It's a beautiful gold. And you can see that it's white underneath. And let's see, I thought I got this from JP Plus. This came from scottmachinecorp.com, which may have supplied them with JP Plus. So, and it does have to be cleaned, wiped down. So let's get these off of here. Let's put this one somewhere in the middle. Set the focus. And I've got my next project on the Lightburn workbed, which is going to be that same Louisiana one that we did earlier on the small coin, except we're going to be doing a larger coin. A larger coin, that's a good one. So we're doing a larger version of it. For what David said, fun.
When
All
it
right.
comes to... Oh, go ahead.
Nope, you go first.
I'll answer the question while that's running.
Okay, put the question up on the screen for the replay.
Do fiber lasers do any cutting or strictly engraving? A galvo fiber laser can cut, but remember the beam is originating at the center and is going to go to the outer edges of what you're cutting. So what you're cutting is going to be at an angle. So not what you're cutting, but the cut line will be at an angle just because of the angle of fiber laser beam itself. Plus you'll have the shape of the beam at the focus spot that also adds an additional curve. So you're not going to get a straight cut edge like you would with a plasma CNC or water jet or a laser cutter CNC. So that's just one thing you have to keep in mind. So normally if you're doing jewelry like Army Dogs mentioned, that's not an issue. And I've cut 1/4-inch steel and cut out holes to run some bolts through, and that's typically not an issue as long as the cut's perf's all set big enough that you can get your bolt through. But it is going to have some sort of angle to it.
Says we need to buy out the truck's lease or give it back. How are we going to run a business without a truck?
You can't.
So let's figure out a plan to keep you guys on the road.
Coffee, Craig? Thank you.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank.
For a limited time, save $8 on Powerball.
And you might be wondering why I'm running this so slow and with the settings that I have on this. And the reason why is because I want to get some depth to the engraving. So this one will take a few minutes to do. Yes, you can. If you want to just do a white engrave, you can do that really quickly. But, I've done, like I said, I showed Patrick the other day about a dozen different slate tiles. You remember that, Patrick?
Yep.
With different settings. And this one, I thought, came out the best, even though it takes the longest. So time is not a concern for me, but getting the result that I want is. And
Here's an example of a thick piece cut with a galvo laser. Okay, this was cut with my CO2 galvo. That's 1/2-inch acrylic. So you can see the angle that circle was cut out for that thick piece of acrylic. So it's not straight.
Yeah.
Although for this purpose, it did just fine. I did a 3D engraving with the CO2 galvo on acrylic, and it looks great. But if you were needing something cut precise this thick, it's not going to work unless...
Well, it would take a lot of...
Yeah, you'd have to go back and grind the edges to make them straight.
Yeah.
Now, they do make fiber lasers that cut metal, and that's what they're designed for. They're on a gantry and beams pointed straight down.
Yeah, Patrick's got one. What's the video that you did where you cleaned off the old steel with that beast of a laser?
Yes, it's the 1,000 watt 3-in-1 cleaner, cutter, and welder.
1,000 watts.
Yeah, and they make them higher wattage as well. But it has a 1,000 watt radius source, and you can use it clean metal. I'm actually working on a trailer, and I've cut the fenders off with it. So now I'm going to switch it to cleaning mode and clean all the rust and paint off of it. And then once that's done, I'm going to weld new fenders onto the trailer. It's just a pull behind utility trailer. So I'm going to do a whole series on it.
as you can see, like I said earlier, this particular project is taking some time, but I've done it on a couple of different types of slate, and I want to get the deep engraving on this, and that's why this is taking so long. To give you an idea of the settings on this one is just one layer at 2000 LPI with a scan angle of 45 degrees and a crosshatch. This has a lot of fine detail in it, and I wanted not only to take off the top, but I wanted it to go deep into the slate. And this will eventually get a triple coat glaze over the top of it, so it will be perfectly smooth on top, the finished product, and it will also bring out the color, and that engraving will be deep, and it'll have like a 3D look to it when you look at it. So there is method behind my madness, you might say.
I was looking to see if I could find my slate coaster. I thought I had it around here somewhere.
Hey, if you guys want to see something done on the fly, just put it in the comments.
Oh yeah, here's one of my slate coasters.
Hang on one second. Let me get this set up full screen. All right. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Now you're talking about a lot of time there, and that would be a perfect acrylic project as well. Acrylic fill on that.
Yep, and then yeah, similar to like this coin, the 3D engraving.
Yep, that's beautiful. That might be the next one. If you guys are enjoying this stream, you know, I'll be able to tell by the super thanks, by the number of people watching, by the donations and all that. Well, maybe we'll do a series of these fiber videos, Patrick and I, on the channel.
I'm looking at the info for that question right there.
Okay, so Patrick can answer this.
I pulled up the manual for that laser from Rakis, and let's see, let me just flip over.
I really don't think going lower will damage the source. We just had this conversation yesterday, Patrick and I.
The pulse repetition rate, it's saying it's only going to function between 40 and 60. And you can do it from 100% power, so 40 and 60.
And that was the P30QS, yep.
Yep. So it puts out your maximum power frequency would be 40 kilohertz. That's when you're going to get your highest peak pulse, single pulse energy. But yeah, it looks like between 40 and 60 is where you need to be. If you operate outside that, the laser will cut back the wattage that it is outputting. So it will cut power back in that respect itself to basically protect the source. It's programmed in that it will drop its power output just so it doesn't get damaged. But that's from the manufacturer saying that it will operate between 40 and 60.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? Were you talking to me?
No, I was just saying that the manufacturer says between 40 and 60 is the operational frequency range.
Febreze. Hola, yo uso Febreze Baby 5 Plug. Y yo uso esto. El microchip de Febreze controla la fragancia para que disfrutes 50 días con la frescura del primer uso. ¿50 días? Y nunca te quedarás sin frescura gracias a su luz que te recuerda rellenarlo. Febreze Plug.
Let's see, how long did the 3D coaster take? That's a good question.
Put that up on screen so people that, so everybody can see it. Oh, here it is. Alright, so that's finished, and when that is cleaned off now, all I have to do is just scrub that a little bit and then glaze it. That did not come out, and again, I might need to re-plug it again. I don't know, but that did not come out like I expected. I'm not quite sure what that is. Dave, that triple coat is Rust-Oleum triple coat. Rust-Oleum triple coat glaze. It is the best coating on the market, in my opinion.
I found some of that at Lowe's last week.
Yeah, I get mine on Amazon, but Lowe's has it too.
The clean laser I have is made by Noah Laser, N-O-U-A-L-A-S-E-R. And it's a 1,000 watt Rapus source that has, in the cabinet, has the built-in S&A chiller, industrial chiller. It seems to be working very well thus far.
Okay. That one is done, and we're going to move on to the stainless steel luggage tag. Is the next one. I hope everybody's enjoying this. This took quite a while to set up. Setting up all these graphics and everything. Alright, so let me frame this one. And this one I have to go, because I can't really see it in the camera, I have to go take a look. This one's very hard to see with the camera because it reflects it off of it. And I don't like reflective surfaces, even looking at the framing. And if I put my glasses on, I can't see it. And hopefully these layers are going to be right. Because that coaster didn't come out right. So this is the luggage tag, the stainless steel luggage tag done in white. I did it in black. It was kind of hard to read, so I decided to go with white instead. So this is what we're doing right now, is this luggage tag. Now the settings on this one, let me find them real quick. So I've got one layer on this one. It is a crosshatch. It is not bidirectional fill. I've got the lines per inch at 2,000, scan angle at 45 degrees, and the speed is 2,000 speed, the power is 95%, and the frequency is 80 kilohertz. So those are all of the settings for this. This is 304 polished stainless steel luggage tags. Chris says that the Rust-Oleum is available at Bunnings. No. And thank you, Steve. Steve put in a link to the triple glaze. I also have that in my Amazon store in the description below my videos. Thank you, Dave. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so there is the luggage tag, and I wanted to quickly show you. So let me get this out of full screen. Let me bring me over here. Now I have another luggage tag here, and
Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana Hobby Guy. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. Today is going to be User Request Day. So I've created a database of user requests, and the top request is what we're going to do today. So stay right there. We're about to get started.
Should we buy a place together?
I think so.
Love that for you.
And I can walk you through everything from mortgage rates to closing costs.
Nobody move.
For every financial need,
Oh
we'll
my
meet you
God.
in KeyBank.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Laser Engraving, and today I have an important video for you. If you're manipulating images within Lightburn, this video will be helpful, whether you're doing 3D engraving or not. I'm going to cover a couple different ways that you can mask images and manipulate images and create bitmaps so that we can get these images to do what we want in our final engrave. Because sometimes it's hard to combine two images or separate an image out from its background, and I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do this that
I think
you
I
may
fucking
or may not
moved
have
it.
saw before. But let's just get into Lightburn, and I'll begin with the first one.
We'll see.
So that we won't spend too much time
I'm gonna
dilly-dallying and talking and doing an intro. I think that sounds good. So let's jump into Lightburn. Okay, so we're here in Lightburn, and what I'm wanting to do is design a coin so it has welcome across the center, and then these two pieces here, one on the top and one on the bottom. Why? Just because. And I thought it'd be funny because you have the old Western style welcome and then modern sporting rifles in the top and bottom. So the first thing we're going to need to do is work with this image and cut it out. We do that with an image mask. So what we want is to create a tool path in a rectangle and just go ahead and cut this out with our image mask. So once you have your rectangle drawn around the part
I
that you
moved
want
it a little bit
to remain, you can select them both, right click, and then apply mask to image. At this point, with them both selected, you can move the whole thing around. Now, if we just select the image, we can still move it around within our mask. Once you have it where you want it, right click.
I lowered it down to
And flatten
150.
the image mask. So that's going to bring it down
So this
to
is going to
just
take
the
until
size of what
tomorrow
we
morning.
cut out. And we cannot edit it any further other than moving it around. Now we say, okay, this is perfect. We want this to fit inside of our circle. So we can just make it a little bit smaller. And we say, all right, we like this, and it's where we want it. We don't want it to come outside of the bounds there. We could have made our mask a little smaller. And that's always an option. You can go back and mask it a little bit smaller. I'm just going to make it happy inside the circle, just like that. And there we have the welcome. If this is all you wanted on your coin, and this represents a coin, what would we do to fill this in? Because I saw folks mask an image like this and then burn it and just have these corners on a coin, and that doesn't look good. That's not what we want. So how can we fix that? And how can we do it within Lightburn without having to use any other software? That's what we want to show you right now. So what we want to do is we have our circle. I'm going to duplicate our coin, Control D, and then I'm going to make that a blue layer. And then I'm going to take that blue layer, and I'm going to right click on it and do Convert to Bitmap. Use cut settings that will fill it in, and select the DPI for you. Fill all, but we just want to use the cut settings and adjust our DPI up. I'm just going to go ahead and make it 1920. Just because that's HD. And then this image is on the blue layer. So what we want to do now is we can make it on the black layer if we want. But then it's going to alter the way they show up in order. So we want the black layer to actually be below the blue layer, so it draws the black layer on top.
I met with the TurboTax expert because I had 2 full-time jobs, lawyering and cleaning.
Count on me, Mia. I'll file your taxes for you with 100% accuracy guaranteed.
Let a TurboTax full-service expert do your taxes as soon as today.
Hi, I'm Julia Nimke, and I'm a photographer. I've always liked photographing the places I travel to, but looking through what I've shot over the years, I realized that I enjoyed capturing the journey as much as the destination. So that's when I got this idea. I'm on a flight to my exhibit in Singapore, but the catch is, nothing's been shot. I'm going to shoot, edit, and create the exhibition at 30,000 feet. And I've never done anything like this before. In the air, your emotions are so much more heightened. I wanted to capture as many of them as I could. The cabins are really comfortable and...
So we adjust our image and turn your brightness all the way down. You can turn your gamma all the way up or leave it at 0, or excuse me, leave it at 1. But turn your brightness all the way down, hit OK and accept that. Now, select both layers with the black layer on top and convert to bitmap. And then we want to make that same 1920. Now we have our grayscale and the black layer all in one layer for engraving. You'll see from the preview we have the solid black all the way around the image now, and then we still have our grayscale there, so that if you wanted to apply a preset, like there's my preset, contrast bumped up, brightness dropped down, gamma the same, then that is ready. We can hit OK,
If we change this to output, then we'll see that we do have the all black layer now surrounding the welcome. And just like that, we have our first image ready to go. Now, we have these images that we want to superimpose. Well, the easiest way is to just draw a mask around them. To grab your whatever layer it is and just make it a toolpath. Then apply the mask to the image. And then all we have to do is bring this in and size it where we want it. Let's say that looks good there. Then let's grab our second image, mask it. This is going to be a tight mask right here.
Burn, burn, burn.
So we have to go in very close to avoid the letters, hopefully. Selection tool, tie mask image, and hopefully we didn't get any layers. Nope, didn't. Then we can resize this. Move it into position. Now we're looking good. So let's flatten these masks. We're not done yet, because now we have 3 separate images. However, they are drawn correctly and look good, so we can group them. Then, with them grouped, we can convert to bitmap. We want the 1920. Again, we'll just stay with the same resolution, and now we have one singular bitmap that we can engrave on a coin. It's all one layer. If you notice, the blue layer is gone. So now we have our coin ready to go. So that's pretty cool.
Oh my God, wow.
Leave a comment if you did not know that you could do that within Lightburn. Now, I want to show you one other technique. So let me back all the way out of this and get back to our images here. And let's say we want a coin, and we do not want anything engraved outside of these modern sporting rifles, okay? So basically, we just want
I'm going to stop it.
The frame of a coin, and then we don't want anything else engraved except the exact shape of this rifle. So what we want to do is select the image and then right click trace image. That's tracing upside down, but that's okay. We only want to trace the rifle itself, so draw a rectangle around the area that you want traced. So we will just focus on that. I'm going to click fade image so I can see these lines, and I'm going to adjust my slider all the way up for the threshold. Then slowly start moving your cutoff until you get an outline just around the outside of the whole images with the cutouts and everything. Did we get it there?
As a part manufacturer, you want to increase productivity, but there are challenges. Disconnected processes and workflows hold back efficiency, keeping you from growing your business. Now, with ZLX from Siemens, you can leverage the power of the accelerator portfolio to revolutionize your entire part manufacturing process. Right-sized operations functionalities like RFQ handling and job tracking allow you to take on more work through better quote and job management. Next-generation collaboration tools such as online project sharing and the ability to view and mark up any device enable you to work efficiently with your peers and customers to win the next order. Purpose-built design capabilities such as library-based 3D modeling and automated 2D drawing reduce time on fixture and part design. Best-in-class 2.5-axis milling helps you make the most out of your machine tool investment, while mobile inspection speeds validation. A single streamlined solution, ZLX gives you the functionalities and capabilities you need to increase productivity and grow your business.
Need a gift that says, I know exactly what you want. Well, don't panic. Gift Mode on Etsy makes it easy to find incredible gifts made by independent sellers for anyone
I tried.
occasion, including your foodie friends. Shop Gift Mode now. New and on Etsy.
It's
almost there.
We have our traced outline. And then hit Control Z so it goes right back into place. And there it is around the whole outline of that firearm. Now, we go back to the same technique. Grab them both, tie mask to image, and now we have just the cutout.
Alright, I'm leaving.
Of this rifle. If you
I'm
want
outta
it
here.
to be a little bit closer, you can undo that. Okay, so we wanted that image to be, that outline to be a little bit tighter around our image. So, the inside objects, we would need the offset to grow out, and the out.
Turn the air off. This light. This down. Ball. Hey. Whatever. Alright, going to bed. Bye. Actually, I'm going to eat and then. Undo.